Energized through water aerobic programs. One of our city officials is elected Energized through water aerobic programs. One of our city officials is elected president of an elite group of police chiefs, and our new superintendent of the Wayne Westland School District is our person of the week. Join us on the Wayne Update.
Hello and welcome to the Wayne Update. I'm Kathy Luckenhoff, filling in for the vacationing Sharon Popek.
And I'm Rich Berger.
Well, Rich, it's that time of year again, Fire Prevention Week.
Yes, it is.
And being Lieutenant Berger, I was hoping you could give the Wayne residents here a couple of tips on fire safety.
Well, yes, Fire Safety Week is national holiday or national...
it is in the fire service, the holiday.
Yes, it is. It is. But it occurs the week of October 9th because that's when Mrs. O'Leary's cow theoretically kicked over the lantern which started the Great Chicago Fire. Our theme this year is know when to go, react fast to fire. And of course, that's kind of self-explanatory, the idea that when you experience a fire, you want to get out quickly, get out safely, and of course, always call the fire department from a neighbor's home or something, or even a cell phone. But don't stick around, don't try to put the fire out, don't try to save your favorite toys and goodies and stuff like that. Get out of the house and stay safe.
Our top story, Wayne Firefighters Local 1620 gathered $3,300 at a recent benefit to help the burn camp for kids. The firefighters also added $700 of their own to bring the total raise to $4,000. The firefighters, in conjunction with the Western Wayne County Conservation Association, hosted the 3D archery shoot, Bow Hunters Against Burns. It's a fundraiser in Plymouth Township. 150 participants showed their support for the burn camps that aid youths who are physically injured as a result of a fire. The burn camps provide recreational programs, specialized equipment to assist the needs of the campers, and an expert staff.
Plagens Market, a longtime business in Wayne, closed its doors after serving the community for at least 2 decades. Sharon Popek had a few moments with the owners who shared some memories with her.
The end of an era. I know as long as we have lived in Wayne this time, since 1971, our family has been down here on a regular basis. I think my husband was here on a daily basis whenever he was home. How long has this been Plagens Market?
41 years.
Okay, and what are some of the things that you're going to remember about Plagens Market?
Well, all the customers that have been coming in here and been real nice to me, and I appreciate all their business.
Okay, and I think we appreciate, I know you've always supported everything going on in town. I know you've supported and contributed to things for the festival, the DARE programs.
Yeah, I really enjoyed doing all that for them.
Okay, and what are you going to be doing now?
Just take things easy and probably go to Florida for the winter and then stay here in Wayne for a while.
Okay, so you're not moving away?
No, not moving away yet.
Okay. Okay, and I think probably your meat is what you were really definitely known for. That's what I knew, people that drove many miles to get here to buy your meat. Would you tell us something about that?
Well, that was our biggest draw. The meat item was the biggest draw. And we did real good in it.
Yeah. What was your most popular meat item? What did people come here and buy the most?
Mostly steaks. They like steaks real well. And the pot roast was good.
Okay. Didn't you also prepare the meat, I think, for all the ground rounds served like in the different
bars? Yeah.
Bars, lounges, drinking establishments?
Yeah, we had most of the bars in Wayne, and they did a good job on it. And we also served the Congregational Church for Thanksgiving for their turkeys and all their needs.
Okay.
And that's...
Okay, well, I think I'd just like to say goodbye on behalf of everybody in the city of Wayne.
Well, I appreciate it, and thanks a lot.
Mike O'Brien, I understand that not only did you live close to Plagens Market growing up, but that you also worked here. You want to tell us something about what you're going to remember?
The long hours of a stock boy in 1958, 59, and 60. My folks lived right across the street, across Annapolis. We did our shopping here. I still do my shopping here. We're going to miss Bob and Mike.
We're here at Plagens after 40 years of fabulous service from Bob. We're going to really miss Bob. He's one of the old-fashioned guys. Good service, good product, and we're really going to miss him.
Mike, I think you've grown up in this business, right? Do you want to tell us a little bit about it and your experiences, what you're going to remember?
Oh, I remember most working with Mike O'Brien when I was a little kid, when he used to work here as an elder stock boy.
Did you get in trouble? I understand Mike used to get in a little trouble when he worked here.
Oh, I never got in trouble. No, I was more or less a perfect child and a perfect employee working here. I didn't follow in Mike O'Brien's footsteps.
Okay. All right. What have you learned from your dad while you were working with him all these years?
Oh, how to be kind to people and caring. Listen to people when they have problems and try and work things out.
Okay, this is, I think, where we all got our sports information. We always knew what the Tigers were doing when we came here.
Yeah, we keep up on our sporting events here, local and national, and Tigers and everybody. And that's about it for me.
Okay. And we wish you a lot of luck in your new life, too.
Thank you very much.
Our police chief, John Colligan, has reached yet another plateau in his career. He is now the president of the Wayne County Association of Chiefs. The official swearing-in ceremony took place in the Wayne Stamping and Assembly Plant.
John, thank you for inviting us to be part of this, which I know is an important moment in your life. Tell us what you're feeling right now.
Oh, I'm just really pleased. It's really great to be recognized by your peers, and this is just a great bunch of people, and I've really enjoyed working with them for the last several years as a member of the association and the vice president and the sergeant at arms. But this just kind of culminates just a nice feeling right now.
And I think it's probably fitting into your career in the police department.
Yes, it is. There's no question that I'm winding down in my career here in the city of Wayne, but it's been such a great career. And to top it off, to have these folks ask me to be their president for a year and get involved in some of the high-tech stuff that's coming around the corner, and legislative issues and corrections issues, it's really gratifying. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm very serious. I hope I can perform at the level that those that have served this position before me have, because they're just a great bunch of people.
It's just been very impressive and amazing for us to sit here and listen to some of the things that are being discussed, and like you said, some of the high-tech things that are coming down the pike.
Well, it's a lot different than when I started here 20-some years ago, when Chief McGregor said, "Here's a badge and a gun, and go, take care of the bad guys." It really is, and these youngsters that we're hiring now, I believe, they're a lot more skilled than we were back then, as far as the computer world goes, and things like that. And they're asked to do so much more now than we were ever asked to do. But they're good people. I wish them all luck, and it's going to be fun working with them for a year. But some of this high-tech stuff is way over my head, believe me.
Mayor Warfield, I know that you're equally proud of our police chief today.
Definitely, Sharon. We've had leadership involved with the Wayne County police chiefs on numerous occasions throughout the years that I've been associated with the city. And John brings to that position the caliber that we've had before, which is outstanding, excellent. And in this time of his career, I got to give him credit for taking this on. He has some other plans a little later. But I'm sure that'll help the organization, because he'll have more time probably than he would otherwise to devote to the organization. So we're proud, pleased everybody came to Wayne today and the Wayne Assembly Plant, and to join in honoring John's new position. And congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Our new Wayne Westland School Superintendent may have a new title, but he's very familiar to all of us. Greg Barassi is a native of our area and is dedicated to maintaining the quality programs. He also plans to position the district on the country's top 10 list by the year 2000. Greg is our person of the week.
We're here to talk to Greg Barassi, who is our new superintendent of schools. Greg, tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I grew up in the city of Wayne. I've either lived or worked in the city of Wayne or in the Wayne Westland School District all my life. I graduated from Wayne Memorial High School. My elementary school was Jackson Elementary, and that was closed several years ago. Franklin Middle School was my junior high at the time. After graduation in 1970, I probably shouldn't have mentioned the date because that would certainly give my age away, that I decided to go on to college. I wanted to teach. I knew I wanted to teach when I graduated for a lot of different reasons. I really thought I could do some good for kids, our children. So I wound up graduating with a bachelor's degree out of University of Michigan in education. Shortly thereafter, because I enjoyed it to such a degree, I pursued my master's degree at the University of Michigan. Continued to teach, and then not long after that, I started my administrative career here in Wayne Westland as an assistant principal to the William D. Ford Vocational Technical Center. Spent some time at the Skills Center next door as assistant principal, became the principal and career technical director for Wayne Westland Community Schools a few years after that. During that time period, I pursued another advanced degree, which was my doctorate in curriculum and instruction from Wayne State University. And I probably 3 or 4 years after serving in that capacity, I was asked to come to central office as assistant superintendent for general administration. I did that, and I'm here now as superintendent of schools.
What are your hopes and your goals for this particular year? Let's just take 1 year at a time.
Well, I could probably take the next hour and a half talking about hopes and goals and objectives for the district, but I guess first and foremost is to focus on student achievement. Student achievement is probably our primary focus. We have so many priorities that need to be addressed. The funding, the equity and funding issue is a very important one that we're working very hard on as well. Providing, a safe and orderly environment for our students, for our teachers that are out there, working so hard in our buildings. We have to provide an atmosphere and an environment where children can learn and teachers can teach. And that's going to be our focus.
That sounds great to me. Our district has had some financial difficulties in the past and in the present. Let's look towards the future. Do you have any ideas that you think will help us get out of this situation?
Well, I have several ideas. Probably the most important thing that we have to do is to work with our legislators, and we have. Our legislators from our districts have been very cooperative. They understand the dilemma that Wayne Westland is in, and I truly believe that they believe that the only way that we are ever going to get to the point of being able to sustain ourselves financially and to grow and prosper like we need to is through some legislative help. Unfortunately, we have suffered some years of financial disaster, and it was, quite frankly, prior to Proposal A, we lost a millage renewal that our community had supported for quite some time, and I think it was because of the window period in which Proposal A was being discussed and being proposed. We just couldn't garnish up enough support from our community to pass that renewal, which would have allowed our per pupil foundation allowance from the state to be based on the full millage rate that they had supported for so many years. But consequently, what happened, because of that 10 mil loss, approximately 10 mil loss, the renewal at that point in time, our foundation grant, the per pupil that we received from the state, was based on the lost millage. And according to the legislation, that foundation allowance, with a very modest increase every year, very small percentage of increase, which barely covers the cost of doing business, it's set in stone forever. So we literally lost millions of dollars during that window period just prior to Proposal A. So we are working diligently with all of our legislators. They've been very cooperative, and we're going to continue to foster that relationship and work hard with Lansing and the community and let them know why we're in the situation we're in, because it's really no fault of anybody in particularly, but it's a timing issue. It was a tough break for us, and the other thing is that the governor and many of our legislators have realized there's quirks in Proposal A, and now we need to tweak it. And I guess I'm also saying that Proposal A is not all bad. All of us, I think, have enjoyed the rollback and the taxes, especially the school taxes, but there's a number of districts that have been hurt, a very small number, and we happen to be one of them.
At one time, this district was rated as one of the top in the state. I know because my husband was transferred around a lot, and when we were being transferred back to this area, we deliberately chose to move into Wayne because we knew that this school district was doing so well. What do you think we can do to try to achieve that level again?
Well, I believe that we will be there again. It's just a matter of time. Unfortunately, perception sometimes is reality, and we have to work on the perception of our school district. This is a very, very good school district. I can say that unequivocally because I go to other school districts. I see what's going on in classrooms, and I also look at programs in other districts. They really aren't much different than ours, or quite frankly, any better than ours. But our district's been through some controversy over the years. We've had some financial problems, and all those things are looked on negatively, but they don't always impact or have the extent of impact in the classrooms that some people think they do. This district's doing good things. Our MEP scores are up, student achievement is up considerably, and we're going to continue to work on that. This is a good place to be, and I hope that in the near future, people outside this community are going to look at the Wayne Westland schools as the place to be and the place that they want to move and educate their children.
I hope so, too. Congratulations once again on your appointment.
Thank you so much.
And we're looking forward to great things happening here in the Wayne Westland School District.
Thank you very much.
Rich, we also have a new aquatics director. Martha Hanoyan has enough energy to get us all in the city motivated to start an exercise program. She enjoys working with the youth in our community as well as the seniors.
Martha Hanoyan, welcome to Wayne, and we're really happy that you've come here to be our new aquatics director.
Well, thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
And tell us a little bit about your background and previous experience.
Well, I did an internship with the city of Adrian my senior year of college, which was very strongly aquatics oriented. I've been guarding since I was about 15 years old, so I've always loved to be around the water. And when I was finished with my internship, I went to Southfield Sports Arena and was a supervisor there with their pool, and then moved to Canton Summit on the Park to be a supervisor over there, head guard, and then got my own pool with the Jewish Community Center in Oak Park.
But I guess we were able to twist your arm and get you to come here.
It's nice to be back in Parks and Recreation as opposed to a nonprofit area.
Okay, was that your major when you were in college?
I have a degree in exercise science, corporate fitness.
Okay, and tell us about, do you have to have special training? I know, of course, since I'm here participating in the aerobic fitness program, how wonderful they are, and I can tell that you seem to know exactly what you're doing as well as all of the instructors that work under you, but how do you learn that, and how do people learn to teach the arthritis classes?
The arthritis classes, we go through special training with the Arthritis Foundation, and they offer classes occasionally that we go through and certify with. But then for the aerobics classes, I learned actually by working with somebody who had been doing it for several years, but I am planning to go to Aquatic Exercise Association's conference here at the end of October to hone my skills a little more and then bring those back for our other instructors so that our instructors are improving.
Why don't you tell us about some of your plans for the rest of this year?
Well, right now we're continuing our parent date night program where we have kids come in. They don't need to be supervised with their parent for this one night a month, and we give the parents a time to go out and be alone. We also are planning some things in October called Shop Till You Drop, where you can drop your kids off here after school, and we'll keep them until 9 o'clock at night so that the parents can get some Christmas shopping done.
Sounds like my kind of program, Shop Till You Drop.
Well, I figure it probably serves a need in the community, because what do you do with your kids while you're trying to go out and get their Christmas shopping done?
Tell us a little bit about the employees that work here. What kind of training and experience do they have?
All of our lifeguards go through Ellison Associates lifeguard training. That is a national it's a national organization that's risk management oriented. We go through the actual lifeguarding class, where we do the lifeguarding and save skills, then CPR and first aid skills, and we're also trained to use oxygen here, which is very rare for pools. American Red Cross doesn't have that program yet, so we're a little unique among pools.
Well, that's great, isn't it?
Yes, it's excellent.
One other thing that always impresses me when I come here is that I don't suffer that strong chlorine smell, which I can remember from so many indoor pools. Tell us how you're avoiding that.
Well, we use a ozone bromine system, so there is no chlorine in the pool. There is bromine, which acts as the same type of sanitizer. However, as long as you manage your chemical levels well and make sure your bromine's working effectively, you never get that smell.
Since you've only been here, I know, like about a month, why don't you tell us what your experiences are working for the City of Wayne right here at our community center?
Well, I've really enjoyed it so far. I've gotten to be very hands-on. I've really enjoyed teaching our aerobics classes that have grown so much in the month that I've been here. Excuse me. I also have really enjoyed working with the people. It's a nice team here at Parks and Recreation, and everyone's always really willing to help me out to get me acclimated to the city.
That's great. We're sure glad that you're here. And again, welcome to Wayne, and we know things are going to go well while you're here as our aquatics director, Martha.
Thank you very much.
In our Teen Beat segment this week, David Story introduces our new adult theater director, Saman Gresick. Saman has already auditioned several area residents for their first play, I Hate Hamlet. The curtains will open on Hamlet in early November.
Hi, I'm David Story, and I'm here with Saman Gresick. And Saman, you're going to be doing the adult community theater.
Yes, that's correct.
And you're doing auditions right now, huh?
Right now, we are in our second day of auditions. We'll be having auditions from 7 to 10 tonight.
That's good. And when are the performances?
Performances are the first and the second weekend of November, Friday and Saturday at 8 o'clock p.m. and Sunday at 2 o'clock p.m. matinee.
Okay. So we'll be working on the sets and everything. And
well, you know as well as I do, because David is going to be doing the
That's right. I'll be building the sets. We'll have it all put up and everything, and hopefully it's going to come out to be a good show, which I'm sure it is.
We do need people backstage to help with working on scenery, props, costumes, makeup. And if you are interested, all you need to do is call the rec building and give your name and come on over and we'll start working. The other thing is the patron program. We are running a patron program, founding patrons of the Stage 4 Adult Community Theater, and we are asking members of the business community as well as residents of the City of Wayne to help support the program financially. And to find out more about that, once again, we'll be sending out some letters, and you can call the Recreation Building. Oh, and by the way, the show is I Hate Hamlet.
That's right. So, good luck.
Well, no, you're supposed to
That's right.
say,
I'm to break a leg. That's it.
leg.
That's it.
Right.
Break a leg. So, all right. Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
The busiest place in town seems to be the Senior Activity Center. Audrey Tucker has so many outstanding programs lined up for our senior residents this fall. This includes trips to Mackinac Island.
Audrey Tucker, tell us what's coming up for the Wayne seniors during the month of October.
Well, we have lots of neat things happening. There's always something popping over here. Starting right off with October 1st, we're offering flu shots for any of our Wayne residents 50 years and older. If you happen to be an individual who is on Social Security and on Medicare, you may be able to have that included under Medicare. So the price will be $5 per person, but there is a possibility we may be able able to get it covered under Medicare. So let us know when you come, and you might fit under that criteria.
Isn't it true, though, that we must make a reservation for this?
Yep. Certainly do. They will be here from 9 until noon, from 1 until 3. We are taking reservations now at the Senior Activity Center office at 721-7460. So be sure to call if you're interested in coming and get it. Take advantage of it so you can keep your health for the winter.
Right. What a wonderful benefit. Okay, and then speaking of benefits, that reminds me of something else that's coming up during the month of October.
What a clever lead-in. We're going to have a speaker on investments for seniors, and this is an individual who has broad knowledge of all of the programs that are available to help with your monies and safe investments. And we've had a number of people indicate that they're interested in getting involved with an investment group. Mm-hmm. So we're looking to draw from individuals coming to this particular program. We have a gentleman who is a Wayne resident, Mr. Birdsall, is interested in coming over and giving us a hand in getting a group started that could work together toward deciding how to do investments and things that they, just like the Beardstown ladies, by golly, they did a great job, and they did it by a bunch of people just getting together. So that's going to be coming up on Friday, October 10th, will be the investment seminar, and then we will go from there to create our own little group and get something going in our town.
Okay, and it's always nice to save money, but of course it's even nicer to spend money. Tell us about the next trip that's coming.
Sometimes travelers have always got neat things going. October 29th, on a Wednesday, they're going to be having their fall travel show, and that's when we'll be presenting all the things that will be coming up for winter and spring, this coming winter and spring. But group travel is really a fun way to do things. You don't have to worry about driving, you don't have to worry about parking, you don't have to worry about hauling luggage or making reservations. So if you've never tried group travel, come and give this group a try. We have over 200 people that are registered in our Sometimes Travelers group, and they all enjoy travel to one extent or the other. October 12th and 13th, we have a group going up to Bay Mills, up in the Upper Peninsula. Bay Mills is a beautiful new gambling resort, and this 2-day trip is $109 for your transportation there and back, for your gambling pleasure, your lodging at the hotel. It's a fun trip. We've been doing these periodically, spring and fall, and it's a lot of fun. We'll be doing it again in the winter. It's fun just to get away for a couple days, and if you don't like to gamble, it is a wonderful place to people watch. We have a group leaving for Ireland on October 15th, a wonderful trip going. They're going for from the 15th to the 23rd. We have a group going to Mackinac Island to Grand Hotel. This is the 30th year that Grand Hotel has worked in coordination with Michigan Recreation and Parks Association in providing these trips for Michigan seniors. And the month of October, Mackinac Island has allowed to stay open a little later because we have all of these hundreds of seniors coming up all through the month of October. It's a marvelous trip. It's 3 days at Grand Hotel for $330. You can't beat the price. Lots of fun activities going on, lots of neat things to do for the 3 days that we're there. And we do have a few open spaces if anyone's interested. Lots of neat things happening.
It sounds like it. And would you like to give the phone number again, or even how about the hours when you're open, in case any of our viewers who have not been here might just want to stop in and see what's happening here at the Senior Center and perhaps meet you and your staff?
Sure. We, of course, are located in the old Wayne West End Library on the corner of Wayne and Sims Avenue. We are open from 8:30 to 5 days a week, and from 6 to 9 on Tuesday evenings when we have a group that come and play cards. We have a few things in the works where we're looking to expand our hours. We have a possibility of something coming up on a Sunday afternoon. We have a dance group that's going to be starting soon, and we're really, really excited about that. There will be ballroom dance and lessons and stuff. Neat things coming up. Our phone number again is 721-7460 for any questions or any needs.
Thanks a lot, Audrey Tucker. I hope that we've got more business going on over here. It seems like you're a busy lady as it is.
As always, it's been a pleasure working with you, Kathy.
Thanks, Rich. I've really enjoyed myself. We're going to close the show with highlights of the marching band competition that took place at John Glenn High School. We'll have an exclusive story for you in the next edition of the Wayne Update.
And remember, keep watching, because you never know when you or your neighbor may be the next person of the week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
In an environment where children can learn and teachers can teach, and that's going to be our focus.
That sounds great to me. Our district has had some financial difficulties in the past and in the present. Let's look towards the future. Do you have any ideas that you think will help us get out of this situation?
Well, I have several ideas. Probably the most important thing that we have to do is to work with our legislators, and we have. Our legislators from our districts have been very cooperative. They understand the dilemma that Wayne Westland is in, and I truly believe that they believe that the only way that we are ever going to get to the point of being able to sustain ourselves financially and to grow and prosper like we need to is through some legislative help. Unfortunately, we have suffered some years of financial disaster, and it was, quite frankly, prior to Proposal A, we lost a millage renewal that our community had supported for quite some time, and I think it was because of the window period in which Proposal A was being discussed and being proposed. We just couldn't garnish up enough support from our community to pass that renewal, which would have allowed our per pupil foundation allowance from the state to be based on the full millage rate that they had supported for so many years. But consequently, what happened, because of that 10 mil loss, approximately 10 mil loss renewal at that point in time, our foundation grant, the per pupil that we received from the state, was based on the lost millage. And according to the legislation, that foundation allowance, with a very modest increase every year, very small percentage of increase, which barely covers the cost of doing business, it's set in stone forever. So we literally lost millions of dollars during that window period just prior to Proposal A. So we are working diligently with all of our legislators. They've been very cooperative, and we're going to continue to foster that relationship and work hard with Lansing and the community and let them know why we're in the situation we're in, because it's really no fault of anybody in particularly, but it's a timing issue. It was a tough break for us. And the other thing is that the governor and many of our legislators have realized there's quirks in Proposal A, and now we need to tweak it. And I guess I'm also saying that Proposal A is not all bad. All of us, I think, have enjoyed the rollback and the taxes, especially the school taxes, but there's a number of districts that have been hurt, a very small number, and we happen to be one of them.
At one time, this district was rated as one of the top in the state. I know because my husband was transferred around a lot, and when we were being transferred back to this area, we deliberately chose to move into Wayne because we knew that this school district was doing so well. What do you think we can do to try to achieve that level again?
Well, I believe that we will be there again. It's just a matter of time. Unfortunately, perception sometimes is reality, and we have to work on the perception of our school district. This is a very, very good school district. I can say that unequivocally because I go to other school districts. I see what's going on in classrooms, and I also look at programs in other districts. They really aren't much different than ours, or quite frankly, any better than ours. But our district's been through some controversy over the years. We've had some financial problems. And all those things are looked on negatively, but they don't always impact or have the extent of impact in the classrooms that some people think they do. This district's doing good things. Our MEP scores are up, student achievement is up considerably, and we're going to continue to work on that. This is a good place to be, and I hope that in the near future, people outside this community are going to look at the Wayne Westland schools as the place to be and the place that they want to move and educate their children.
I hope so too. Congratulations once again on your appointment.
Thank you so much.
And we're looking forward to great things happening here in the Wayne Westland School District.
Thank you very much.
You know what happened? I'm sure you do because you lived here, because I grew up here. People